What is happening, La Familia YouTube? I am back with another Puma video. Man, let me tell you guys something, man. Puma has been doing their freaking thing, man. Try not to swear too much. But dude, Puma's been doing their thing lately. Like they are, in my opinion, doing some of the most creative collaborations. Better than, dare I say, Nike, better than Adidas. I guess in my world of like avant-garde and tech wear, I feel like Puma's doing good. Most people would probably be like, what are you talking about, man? Like Adidas Samba, which I think Adidas Sambas are terrible. And I didn't like them even when I was a kid and even when I did play soccer, but that's another story for another day. But anyways, you guys, we got to talk about these. We got to talk about what's in this box right here. Man, this is, so you guys, we actually just had an election in this country, and yeah, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about the results, but because of the results, I was like, your boy was definitely in need of some retail therapy. So I was like, you know what can I buy? This is on Thursday last week. I was like, what can I buy? And I happen to have Puma's website open for my last video with the Heliota meal collaboration, and I was like looking, I was like, oh yeah, these are dropping today. And I remember the red ones, and I didn't really like the colorway, but I did see these black ones, and I'm like, yeah, that's right, these are dropping. So I happened to be just looking on the website just before the drop, and as soon as it dropped, your boy went ahead and sniped the pair, and I'm excited that I did. First of all, this box. I've really been liking the way Puma's been like paying attention to the box center collaborations, because even the Heliota meal collaboration the box was beautiful as well. And I really, really like this. Now, I don't know much about A$AP Rocky, except I know that he's married to Rihanna. I know he's also a fellow Libra. Let's go. And I also know that he has amazing style as well, too. I do know some of his music. I'm not a big hip hop guy. Believe it or not. I'm actually more of a post-punk, new wave, goth kind of dude. Musically, I always have been since I was like 12. Kitty cat, I don't need you in this shot right now. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know much about his music, but he does have one song that I really, really like, and I cannot remember the name of it, but I will flash it somewhere on the screen. But anyways, everything else about A$AP Rocky, I love, and I really think he did a really, really good job with this collaboration. It's kind of interesting because the whole collab the theme of it kind of seems like early 2000s, like Y2K motocross, which I thought that was I thought that was a pretty unique vision that he had. So it's pretty, really, really, really cool. And I didn't really like any of the other clothes, weren't really my style, but these I really, really like because I feel like these will fit right into my style really well. So without further ado, let's open it up. Let's get it going. We got some A$AP paper. That's A$AP paper right there. Hey, that might be a good rap name. Anybody want to take that? Got the, by the way, these are the Puma X A$AP Rocky Mostros 3.0s. That's the proper name for them. Say, look at these things. Oh man, you guys, these are crazy. These are crazy. What the? Okay, so I sized up because I have a pair of there's another 3D shoe company called Fused Footwear, and this is actually one of their shoes right here. I can't remember the name of the shoe, but I've had this shoe for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, maybe a year. I don't even know what time is anymore, but yeah, it might be a year. But that shoe is actually really, really cool, very, very unique as well too. You guys, yeah, that's so Fuse is actually my only experience with 3D printed shoes. I think I got a pair of the Adidas 4Ds back in the day, and I didn't really, really like those. But I feel like the 3D printing realm has really, really kind of like it's really skyrocketed. It's really gone to new lengths. You got companies like Aliveform and Scary, doing their thing too. So it's really cool to see these bigger companies starting to kind of get into that space, especially because they have the resources. And a lot of these other places I mentioned are or smaller companies. So my expectations are high for these as far as like, how they're gonna feel. I will tell you right off the bat, these are absolutely nuts. Like looks wise, oh, these are awesome. Like it has a very dystopian, futuristic vibe. But then on top, it also looks like some shoes that some reptilians would be wearing. So, man, these are wild, you guys. Like it feels like it's like alligator hide or like I don't know, like a snapping turtle shell. I don't know. It's like amphibians on your feet, man. Okay, so these look a little big. So yeah, I was talking about the sizing with the Fuse footwear. I had to size up on those, because 3D printing shoes can be very stiff. These don't exactly feel stiff in the upper, but in the bottoms that they do. So yeah, it's gonna all depend on how they feel on feet. But yeah, I sized up because I sized up the nose. So I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. So yeah, you guys, these are crazy. Sorry, this is a genuine reaction right now. I dig them. I really like them. I'm not gonna lie. They're very jarring at first though. All right, so you know what, you guys? At this point, I think it's a good time to do some on feet. Let's do some on feet. La Familia YouTube. So right off the bat, let's talk about a couple things. Comfort. All right, let's talk about the comfort. Comfort wise, they're okay. So one thing I will say that the Fuse footwear that I mentioned earlier, one thing I feel like they do better is that they actually come with an insole in their shoes that actually adds extra comfort because 3D printed shoes can feel like kind of hard and stiff, like I said earlier. So that's one thing I will say that they do better, and I think Puma should have done the same thing. I think if they would have just put like a nice slim like ortholite insole right in there, they would be absolutely perfect. They're not bad. These pods that are actually on the bottom of the heel and the toe box area are actually pretty squishy and then so maybe they'll soften up over time and it'll give you even more of a softer ride. But yeah, I think they would have just put a nice slim little insole in there. You could obviously buy your own, but obviously look at the shape of the shoe, so that might not be, too easy to find. So yeah, sizing. So yeah, so that's how I feel about the comfort. Sizing wise, so this is very narrow, this part of the shoe right here. So I'm kind of happy that I did size up because I have a feeling that if I would have gotten my normal size, this part of the shoe probably would have been pretty tight. But I will honestly say the toe box is as wide as it actually looks. So, you're able to stretch your toes out, which is always good in my opinion, and it feels nice that way. Actually, in conjunction with the comfort thing, I feel like these are really, really close to the earth. So yeah, I mean, so kind of expect a little bit more of a, close to the ground ride. But yeah, but not bad. Very easy to put on. That's one thing I will say these have over my Fuse footwear. But keep in mind, my Fuse footwear is a mid length shoe, and then it also comes with a shoe horn as well too, to slide right in. So that kind of makes up for it. But yeah, these are easy. If you saw in the video, I actually did a slim cut pant my acronym P30s, and then I did my acronym P55s, which is more of a looser, wider cut. And while I do think that they look good with the slimmer cuffs, it does make your feet look big. So keep that in mind, especially if you are a Bigfoot gang like me. But also too, between the two, I think the baggier, wider leg fit is much better looking with these shoes than a slimmer cut. They look good with the slimmer cut. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like the wider leg is definitely the way to go. And it makes sense because if you look at some of the promo pics for the collab, there was a lot of pictures being taken with a wider leg with these. So, and then again, it's part of that whole Y2K feel. So, where boot cut and Y cut jeans were definitely all the rage during that time. So, anyways, you guys, that's really everything I have to say about it. Before a million of you asked me this question, and for the love of God, watch the whole video, you guys, because usually I talk about the sizing and everything at the end of the video. But I would say go up half a size if you can. I really wish these would have came in a 13 and a half, but unfortunately in the Bigfoot land, you don't get that luxury. But yeah, if you had the option of going a half size up, definitely do that, because I feel like the extra comfort with 3D printing shoes is a good thing to do. So yeah, you guys, so that is all I have to say about it. There are other 3D printing companies out there, companies like Scary. Aliveform is another one that I think, in my opinion, they're doing the best job. And then obviously you guys know about Fused, but it's good to see like these bigger companies, kind of like getting in that space too, because again, they have the resources to do it. And a lot of the companies I just mentioned are smaller companies. So yeah, my expectations were high. I gave you guys, what I thought about them. Style wise, they're amazing. So I'm super excited to rock them with some fits. And yeah, guys, I think that's it. I'm out of here.